Hello and welcome back for Clarinet 101, episode number 3. So I thought I'd just continue the chromatic scales talk a little bit further and do a short separate little video for the more advanced players of grades 6, 7 and 8. So when we get to grades 6, 7 and 8, of course, we need to be more fluent with the 3-octave range of the clarinet. So let's go from E and we'll do a 3-octave E chromatic. So let's just talk about the different points in that. So first of all, I would start off bottom E, both little fingers down. So I don't want to go left, right, left, right. Now hopefully, if you're in grade 6, 7 and 8, you kind of know your left and right fingers and you can choose which one you prefer. And hopefully by now you're getting over the break a little bit more smoothly as well. So you've managed to minimize the key work. So you can get to that B without snatching the note. And then let's talk about crossing like the next break, as if you were, to the top register of the instrument. So from that C to C sharp. Now this does take a bit of practice, doesn't it, I think? So you've got the C sharp without the little finger, the D with the little finger, the D sharp, and then the E. And I think just getting used to having that little finger on and off at the right time does take a little bit of careful practice. And I think these chromatic scales are really ideal for practicing that. So you could perhaps go from top C. So work on getting that change from the little finger from the C sharp to the D. Work on getting that really accurate because it really does help. And of course, as I mentioned on the previous video, just make sure, although it is possible to kind of cross the break and kind of go right hand B, left hand C sharp, right hand C sharp, and it is kind of possible to cross it that way. I don't think it's the best way of doing it personally. Can do it that way. I have to think about it a bit more. It's whatever you learn, I guess. But this idea of having both little fingers down on the B works for me. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. So I've got the B, 3 fingers down on the B, and then that right hand little finger can stay down for 3 notes. And then lift both little fingers up together. And you will find if you practice that, it really does help to minimize the finger work a little bit. And then perhaps as we move away from grade 6 and go on to 7 and 8, I think we need to talk about tonguing the notes as well and different articulations. So I think practicing them in kind of a slur to, tongue to is really useful as well. And if we perhaps go up to G on this one, so if we go from G, I think that's really good practice to be able to do. Perhaps that's a little bit harder than grade 8, but it's well worth working on. Could do it the other way around. Perhaps a little bit harder again, but just try some different articulations and don't be happy with just tonguing or slurring the notes. Try and get some technique in there. And I think if you're practicing up to top G, you want a really nice sort of legato, be able to play it really nice and legato as well. So personally, I just go for D, E, F sharp, and then I would just play that for the G if I'm doing a G major. I would consider that kind of like the standard G major fingering, as it were. But generally speaking, if I play a top G in a piece of music, I use that, 1 finger there, 2 there, and the little finger, and it's just a little bit more in tune than that middle finger. It tends to be a touch sharp on that fingering. So G major fingering. And then chromatic on G. So I think just practicing that top octave for you grade 7 and 8 guys is really key. So if you're up to sort of grade 7 and 8 standard, fluency up to top G is really important. You do find pieces in the syllabus that go up to top G and sometimes an A maybe. So we do need these notes and we do need to incorporate them into our standard technique. So get these chromatic scales really fluent. It does improve your technique around the instrument no end, but make sure you're using the same fingering going up and going down, and it'll just help cement that fingering into your general technique. So I hope you found that video useful. Click that like button if you did, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care, bye.